All right, good morning, everybody. Another day in the fall day today. It's finally cool here in Myrtle Beach. We got Allie. She's here with God's Story, right? We've got a bagel to my right, so she's kind of focused on eating my bagel. But just wanted to read a couple of words this morning, a couple of scriptures. So I think it may help. One thing I've done personally in my life that the Lord told me to do was to really pray for wisdom every day. Pray for wisdom and mainly understanding. A lot of our confusions, a lot of time in life, is that we don't understand what's going on. And so we find ourselves frustrated, upset, only because we just don't have understanding. But how'd you like to understand your trials, understand why life is the way it is at the time, and really have the understanding from God what He's doing? And that's one of the main things I've always prayed for in the morning, especially that God would give us wisdom and understanding. I also pray that for those that God gives us, just like as Jesus did in the garden, He prayed and kept those that His Father gave Him and was faithful with Him. And so He was not only praying for Himself, but He prayed that they would, be able to behold the glory as well. And we've got to do that not only for ourselves, but we've got to pray for those that God has given us in our life and our relationships. And when I pray for wisdom and understanding, I'll pray it for those that God has given us as well, those people that we keep through His Spirit. It's a great responsibility, but it's fun. I want to read this scripture in Proverbs. I'll just start in verse 1. Proverbs 4 says, "Hear, my children, the instruction of a father, and give attention to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law. When I was my father's son, tender and the only one in the sight of my mother, he also taught me and said to me, let your heart retain my words, keep my commands, and live." That's a good one right there, isn't it? If you're walking with the Spirit and keeping His commands, you'll find yourself living. You won't find yourself in a deathly state all the time. I love that one. In verse 5 it says, "Get wisdom." That's exclamation mark, by the way. Get wisdom, and then get understanding. "Do not forget, nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and in all your getting, get understanding. And exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace." That's what I was mentioning earlier. Isn't it crazy that have you ever gotten to a place where you don't understand and your mind feels like it has a brass tight ring around it on your head instead of a garland or of grace or an ornament of grace on your head? You feel like you have a hard band around your head and it's tightening all the time. Part of that is because we don't have understanding, but when we have understanding,